What's going on, Johnny Nation? Welcome to episode 204 of the Eye on the Storm podcast. My name is David Barrett. I hope everybody is enjoying their summer, but I know that itch is starting for so many St. John's fans. The offseason for the podcast has also been here, but the team's on campus a few weeks now, starting to build that chemistry and get comfortable on the court. A few pictures and clips from summer practices have begun to surface. The team was at Citi Field on Thursday night for the Mets game where Ian Jackson threw out the first pitch to Ruben Prey. So it's all going to be back before we know it. But before we get to today's episode, let's quickly catch everybody up on what's been going on over the last 6 or so weeks. Some bad news that came about on June 29th during a workout. Donnie Freeman, one of the prized recruits for St. John's, suffered a torn ACL, had surgery a few days later. A brutal, huge blow to him and St. John's season before the entire team even showed up to campus. Again, he did have surgery. Everything is okay. I think the plan is to just get him recovered and be back next year. I know a lot of people are like, well, could he be one of these miraculous recoveries and get back from March? I don't think you want to push that. Let's, figure out the NIL situation, get his recovery, and get him 100% back here in Queens to play next year. So what did they do? On July 21st, St. John's added Sambor Maronka, a 23-year-old 6'10 forward from Hungary, to take the spot that was opened up by Freeman's injury. Maronka has been playing in the top German league for the last few years. He was in the 21 and 22 NBA draft before withdrawing, averaged about 7 and 4, shot close to 37% from three. And fun fact, he is familiar with Ruben Prey. The two of them were teammates at CB Prot for a season in 2021, 2022. Everybody is on campus and practicing right now, except Georgi Jovanovic and the newest signee in Maronka. Lefty is dealing with an injury, so he has been sidelined right now as well. So that's kind of what's been going on lately. Again, summer workouts are coming to an end here. They've been together for about 6 weeks, so they're going to put a pause on it, give the guys a break, and then they'll be back at it, I believe, the first week of September. Okay, now, it's been a little while since we have recorded, but as the workouts have begun, we decided to fire up the mics, and, well, I called an old friend. He is back on the pod. My all-time favorite, you guys know, a Johnnies legend. His jersey is hanging right behind me. And he was recently in town for 2 very special days worth of games. On July 22nd and July 23rd, Rick Pitino invited a bunch of alumni to play a few games against the new squad. And, well, once the word got out, Johnny Nation was buzzing. So, to discuss it all and catch us up on his career since we last spoke in 2022 on this podcast, it's the man with 2,178 career points, good for 3rd all time, and 264 made 3-pointers, coming in at number 1 all time in St. John's history. Welcome back, D'Angelo Harrison.
Yeah, man, dang. When I hear stats, I still get a chill, man, because I've been watching clips for the last 24 hours since St. John's been buzzing. So, yeah, man, it's good to be back. I'm happy to be back. It's good to see you. Love always, you know that.
Man, D'Lo, like I was telling you before, I was listening last night. I popped on episode 4. I haven't listened to episode 5. I haven't listened to it in a little while, but you were the second guest ever on this podcast. First was the late, great Howie Schwab, which we're recording on July 31st. Funny enough, I believe 20 years ago today was the premiere episode of Stump the Schwab on ESPN.
Wow.
So rest in peace to my friend and the great Howie Schwab. Love him. But he was the first guest on the podcast. You were the second on episode 5. And here we are 199 episodes later.
Congrats, man. Congrats.
Yeah, we still kicking around
still
here.
Going. That's what I'm saying. I'm still playing. We still kicking.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. D'Lo, we've talked a lot about doing this over the last 4 years. We've stayed in touch, and I've had to kick people out of my office at work sometimes because you would FaceTime me, and I just didn't know what you were about to say, and so I would just be like, "Guys, I gotta take this, but you guys need to leave." And like it would just be you from a cafe and like yelling at me about something, and there was like. At one time, there was like a lady in the background. You telling me to check her out or something? Like it was, man.
It gets wicked. It can get wicked.
Man, them overseas days. But
Yeah,
No,
man.
you are. Everybody knows it. You're my all time. You are number one. You were nice enough to sign the jersey behind me, and it's one of my prized possessions that I own. You're right there with my 1A Zuby, and appropriately, you guys hang back there together. Uh, but I told you I listened to the episode back, and I was laughing throughout, like it's the first time. But one of the things you said was you learned perspective, and over the last 4 years, you've been through a lot career wise. So, what I'm curious about is you've been through a lot of injuries kind of in the last 4 years. You're not necessarily old, but in basketball, like you've suffered some tough
Pushing it, yeah.
injuries to
I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it.
yeah, but you're back now from injury. But can you talk to me about the last 4 years and like what you've gone through and kind of where you're at now?
You know, I tore my Achilles. That was that probably 4.5 years ago now, and you know that process takes a while. You can come back, but you don't really feel like yourself. Um, this last year, finally, I felt like myself, and it showed with the numbers and the minutes played, and the efficiency and all that stuff going to the statistics of the game. But it takes a toll, and I just finished 11 years now, which is that's a career. That's what they say. That's what I've been told. So
Yeah,
the longevity of it, but the hours and the process of always taking care of your body as you get there and get older. I think that's important, and it's made me have perspective on what I'm supposed to do after, and that's been in my mind the last few years. But I think I got a few more years where I can get 25 a game on efficient night. So you know enjoy it, but then when the opportunity presents itself, be ready to walk out in peace. So
yeah.
that's where my mind is with that.
Since we last spoke on the podcast, Dre came home, your brother.
Mhm.
Over that time, you guys got to spend some time together. It was great seeing you guys just kicking it and a smile on his face and how excited
Yeah,
he
I
was
brought I
to
brought him to
be.
New York.
Yeah,
Yeah, I brought him
yeah.
to New York.
But one of the things that you always talked about was how he reminded you that it could always be worse. And
Yeah.
that when you would call him and you'd be pissed off about a referee or a call, he would always be like, "Shut up! Look where I am. I'm
Look
I'm
him
in a
up,
I'm in
yeah.
a box, man. Like, look what
Yes.
you're complaining about." And that kind of stuck with me from that episode. How much of that has stayed with you over your
Yeah.
professional career, and how much can kids today kind of learn about the importance of perspective, even if it's not that severe?
I mean, I think once you get to college, and then once you are able to play a sport or go into the thing you've done basically your whole life as work, I think we call it the 1 percentile. And you know, I know a lot of people right now that would love to have my seat that don't play, have never played, and still go to LA Fitness, and they average 35, and they talk to me like it's a professional game, but they still have to go to work in the morning. There's nothing wrong with that, but the fact that I'm be able to put on a jersey and some shoes and wear shorts to work every day when I choose to wear pants now, so I know I'm getting older. So I don't think I've worn practice shorts in the last like 5 years, which is crazy. But you look at it on the other side, like, man, I've been doing this for this long. I appreciate what I've done and where I've been at, who I've been able to meet and see. I wasn't always like that. It was okay. Where are we going? Where's the best? The best night out. Where's the most touristy thing to do? Now it's. I mean, I'll go sit with the locals now, and not even worry about the best place there. I want to be in the oldest spot that's been around. What's the oldest restaurant that's been around here? Now I'm a regular there. Stuff like that. So it's like it just you look at it different as you get older, and I know that a lot of people can agree to what I'm saying.
You just did another a short year at Italy. It played really, really well. I
Mhm.
believe you averaged like 24 or something like that. I mean, just phenomenal. I think uh, your second game, I think you dropped something like 36, almost had a triple double. And I think you were short on assists by a few. And I know I tweeted you and I think I texted you and I'm just like, why are you slacking on the passing? And you
Yeah,
FaceTimed me like 3 minutes later and said, Dave, I'm not a effing passer. I'm not a point guard.
not a
And
point guard. I'm over here running the one.
but I just tell me about like your this last year. I mean, basketball wise,
Uh,
coming off the injury. I mean, like how did it feel to kind of get back out there and just show that hey, I still could do this?
I had a summer where I didn't have to rehab. I didn't have any injuries. I came home, no hamstrings, no groins, no, so I got to work instead of rehab. That's a big thing when, for summers, especially, a lot of guys, you can work on something or you have to rehab something that's been bothering you, Those are two different kind of summers. And I finally got a summer back to where I could work. And I got to really enjoy it. I signed to I played second division Italy. I was in first league, but I made, I'm not afraid 75% more, the first league outside of the big teams, So people are like, why are you going down? I was like, man, I need to enjoy it again before I hang this up. Uh, the 2 years in Treviso were tough, but we were good. That's why. But like I said, after a while, overseas basketball takes a toll on you. Yes, you can be disciplined in this, but hey, man, I got fans booing me, and I'm looking at my numbers like, man, my numbers haven't changed for like 5 years. We're not even at the bottom. What are we doing? Now but I'm captain of the team. I'm in the newspaper. But okay. Do you understand what this means? Well, they said you didn't want to play because of the lack of motivation. I said, hey man, I'm an hour early every day. What are we talking about? But it's not in my language. So now I'm trying to read the newspaper in another language for the first time in 11 years. Like, but no, I came off a good season. I enjoyed it. It showed my numbers were up, my efficiency was up, and now it's time to get paid again for the last time. I'm on my max deal.
we'll
I'm
we'll,
trying to
uh,
get a max.
we'll talk about that later on. D'Lo, I want to kind of go back. Let's go back in the day a little bit. We To everybody who wants a full recap of D'Lo's St. John stuff, go back and listen to episode 4. Please, we spent about an hour. It is some of the best stories you'll ever hear between Kobe Bryant on campus, playing Chris Mullin one-on-one, and a bunch of shenanigans. Please go back and listen to it. You will not regret it. Um,
Yeah.
D'Lo, I spoke to your strength and conditioning coach at St. John's, Pat Dixon, who worked with the
Yeah.
legendary Ron Linfont from 2007 to 2014. Shout out to both Pat and Ron. But Pat loves you. He brought up a few things from your time at St. John's, and the first thing that he just talked about was your demeanor, your love for the game, your passion. He said that you were like a 12-year-old who got called up to play for a better AAU program. There was never this, you know, chest puffed out bravado, even though your numbers eventually basically said, yeah, I could do that. He talked about your ability to stay positive because you've been through so many tough situations in life, from your family to your upbringing to the way you were slash weren't recruited, having to need to get 5 walk-ons your freshman year just to run practice. Do you still feel that way today as a pro? Do you still carry that same mentality? And if so, like, where are you able to kind of pull that from?
I mean, that stems from my situation when I'm home in America compared to when I'm overseas. It's two different lives. Like I'm not struggling or nothing now, but it's just I'm around family. My family needs me. My brother's gone again. My mom's situation is my mom's situation. It's like the way I live here and the way I live during the year is just it's two different types of work. Like and I'm thankful I'm able to go and provide and be a source of hope in the family. Like I've been doing this, I'm still doing it, and I've stayed out of trouble, and and it shows that I've took as a focus on my life to try to stay out the way, and that's just been like that. And now with the family, my granny just passed, and that's been a tough thing, and thank God I'm here. Usually when God forbid something like that happened, what if I wasn't here? So stuff like that takes a toll. But I could one thing off the top of my head, I've missed 11 Thanksgivings. Like just that's something I could just remember off the top of my head. But you're at a point in your life to where you can bring people to you, but it's still not the same as being at home. You know, uh, I understand that now, and because every time I come home, there's a different restaurant. My nieces are bigger. There's a new highway. There's a new. It's every summer. There's something like damn. Like I'm missing all of this in one every time. But then when you put it 11 years together, it's a whole new city and a whole new family. You know. But it is what it is. I'm not complaining. It's just you got to learn how to deal with it and be able to still be efficient at your job. So
You talked about, kind of staying on the straight and narrow. It's not a secret your brother struggled with that previously. Again, you said that something came up recently. Your jersey hangs in your high school. Your name is well known at home. Have you been able to kind of use your story to, talk to the kids, talk to future hoopers, talk to, just to be an example for, kind of how to do it the right way?
When I've been around, I haven't necessarily did something for myself to provide something for the community in that kind of sense. But if you're ever out with me or see me, or like a lot of my friends have kids now,
Hmm.
so can I'll get a call. Hey, can they work out with you? Can they watch you work out? Can they see, somebody that I can relate to that's been, man, my daddy know you,
Hmm.
and he was in high school when you was in high school, and they telling me they was double team without the ball. Like, can I watch to see what that's like? So it's like once I've been around the actual, being around and seeing kids instead of, I haven't done something for the community like that. I like to be out the way.
Hmm.
My situation with my family and my brother, his dynamic is a little different. I can't just be seen all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I try. You know, I think I'll be a lot more once I retire. That's
Sure.
something I kind of want to fall into. I want to be able to guide and teach.
Yeah, you told me you want to coach.
Yeah, based off, what I've learned when my staff that I had, the staffs I've seen as an adult, and the staffs I've played and worked for. I feel like I have very good insight, and I'm putting it out there now. I think I can see talent. This is this is something I've thought I've
Uh,
picked up
Hey
over the
now.
last 2 3 years. Let me just put my
Hey,
spill
Steve
out there.
Masiello was just named the
Put
new
put,
GM.
put my spill out
We
there.
still have an assistant coach spot available. Perhaps not going to get filled until next year, and you're still playing. But we'll put a bug in somebody's ear to keep a spot for D'Lo available potentially.
Yes, I
Uh,
mean,
yeah, no, I mean, listen, that's good to hear, and listen to the kids and the dads who know D'Angelo want people to see what work looks like. Hey, this is a guy that got to see Kobe Bryant practice, so he knows what it takes. So,
yeah.
uh, listen, D'Angelo, along those lines, with back in the day with Coach Pat and Ron, we know that Coach Lavin enjoyed the fine dining, and one of the things that he made sure that you guys got to come along on those experiences.
Yes, he does.
One time, you guys were at Del Frisco's, and Pat Dixon said something that stayed with him was you remember you guys were sitting around. Everybody was at this amazing steakhouse. If you haven't been to Del Frisco's, please go. Uh,
Crazy restaurant.
Everybody is ordering their steak well done, and he couldn't believe it.
Couldn't.
D'Lo, do you remember that you walked over to him and talked to him about it, what you said, and what changed his perspective on everything 20 years later?
Which one I kind of understood. My grandpa is part of a country club, so I've seen like, hey man, grandma, you get why your steak is bleeding, kid version. However I said it, like, what are we doing? Like, you'll understand one day. And now if I get medium plus, it's pushing it for me. Like, but no, that that story sticks out. But there's one I will never let go. Sir Dominic Pointer. I don't know where we were, but he got the porterhouse, right? And I know the porterhouse at certain places might be the most, because it serves like it's big, it's
Right.
huge. And so I don't think Dom, sorry Dom, but I don't know if he knew what, I know he's seen what it cost and was like, man, it's good. We would laugh. It's good. So that they let him order it, but they got it cooked how you're supposed to get a porterhouse cooked. Man, that thing was sitting there by itself the whole day, bro. It proved it. When I tell you, I was like, yeah, like, so this is how it's supposed to. But I remember Rick, we were. I think we were somewhere. That might not have been Del Frisco. Some steakhouse, man. Jesus Christ. Rico stands and we're acting an ass in here. We're being a college basketball team. We are not taking it seriously. I know we were acting ass, spilling drinks, breaking glass. We were being kids for sure. Being kids, not understand where the hell we at. Rico Hines stands up and says, "Hey, look, man, I'm sick of this. some of y'all won't be ever be eating like this ever again. I said, oh, but like, now I get it now. That shit costs. Man, look, you go to a nice restaurant in Houston, you go two people, if you take a day, that bill might be 500. Man,
Sometimes
it's
much more.
it's 45 of us in here. Like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? So that's some of the stuff, but I mean, I was appreciative always, man. Like
let
that
me
that kind of
let
stuff.
me
Like,
give context to what because this ties back to everything we talked about, especially your brother and things like that. That story that Pat Dixon remembers is everybody is ordering their steak medium, not medium, well done,
well
right?
done,
And
yeah.
well, if you're any kind of a steak eater, we don't really go over medium, but that's a fight for another time. But in this situation, like, you're dealing with a bunch of kids. I think that was your sophomore year, maybe freshman year. And, you walked over to Pat and you were like, Pat, this is how we have to eat it back home. I mean, if you don't cook your meat all the way, like you're gonna get legit sick. It's not like this
Yeah.
over here, and that's all we know. And Pat said that like he kind of paused, and still to this day he remembers that perspective, right? Home life situation. You're not dealing with silver spoon kids. Like
Yes.
that's the difference here. And I just thought it's such like an interesting way, and like that's how it changes your brain. That listen, ain't no people don't grow up like you. They don't
People
go
can't
eat
just
like you.
yeah,
It's not the same.
we just in this steakhouse. Like that's why I remember there was one okay, there was another time I came, laugh, said, wear what you want, but wear something nice. And I pull up and my belt was I had a high school belt. It was like I call it, man, sorry, I call it the white boy belt. It's like this tan, like one you buy from Hollister. It's like this
Yeah.
little rope thing, like you just, you rope in the Phil said, "Hey man, you're not going in here with that. You got some dollars? We about to go next door." Man, I went and bought my first designer thing of all time. I forgot what I gotta ask Phil. I'm gonna call him after this. But I came back with two different belts, and he was like, "Thank you. Now we can go sit down. Like, just this is one of them restaurants, man. If you don't have on something decent, I don't know what dressing decent is. What does that even mean? Okay, a collar shirt and some pants. Okay, cool. But I got my belt all hanging out. You know, I got some Jordans on, but and I'll never forget. I still have that belt to this day, which is crazy. It doesn't even fit me now, which is insane.
I just texted Phil. Let's see if he answers. I know we're gonna get to Phil in a little bit here because he's gonna come up. One of
It's
one of Pat's other favorite memories of yours, we're gonna get to basketball now, is it was on the road against Cincinnati. I don't know if you remember this, but he seemed to recall it was shortly after halftime and we were getting our ass kicked. And you came out of the huddle and told Pat, don't worry, I'm getting this ball right over half and I'm shooting it as soon as I pull up. And I believe you made it. There's so many moments like that from your career, and we now associate it with like Steph Curry or the LeBron FU3, but I mean, you've had that in the bag forever.
I've been doing that since high school. I did a podcast with my brother the other like one summer ago, and I'm telling the other kids like the other team like, hey man, if you cross this half court like talking, this is high school version. I'm not, but this is high school. I'm not supposed to be. I got tats. I know what I look like. I'm over here before the game. If you touch half court when during the warm ups, I'm giving y'all 40 and I'm walling out. Just like that. And I have proof because somebody heard me in the stands. It's like a whole, but then I end up first play of the game. Ha ha. Like volleyball line. This is like, I did some in college, but this is more not so structured
Right.
basketball. Like
Right.
high school's a little different. Like, hey man, here's the ball. Show if you get 50, go get 50.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So I have these little stories, and it's like, but then like I remember hitting the shot, but I don't remember telling coach, hey, look, I sat there and told you that, but I was probably so into the game, so like we was salivating at the mouth, like,
Yeah.
hey man, how are y'all not geeked West Cincinnati, bro? I used to watch this team on TV. I'm not McDonald's. I'm not none of these
Yeah.
Jordan brand. Man, this is crazy. And they
Yeah.
got Sean Kilpatrick. They said he's better than me. How are
Mhm.
you not motivated? That's how I treat. So this is me in the locker, like, and if you don't know, you know me since it's college, but like, man, he's tripping. I know what it could look like now. I'm older now. I know what it looks like. But now I'm okay, it's different. But I know as a kid or as a young adult, in the locker room with these other kids. We're all kids, and I'm over here, man. Y'all tripping, man. We playing, man. It's Sabonis is out, man. Come on, Sabonis is. What's up? What we doing? He's on the board. Like that's the time. Why is that not motivating?
I'm just letting y'all know that D'Lo is cleaning that up for you guys. I mean, there's a lot of restraint there. There's a lot of colorful
Yeah,
language in there for sure.
yeah.
But all right. So in 2013, you guys go to Europe, Paris, Rome, Sorrento, Barcelona. How was that experience? And did you think in some way it kind of helped pave the way for you to have a long career in Europe?
I without that, I don't think I maybe do 4 or 5 years. 4 or 5 years as a like because one, I was coming off suspension, so I was in like a whole nother mindset of
There was
life.
like a whole thing of like, oh, D'Angelo's going with the team. Like he's
He's
allowed
going.
to go.
He's allowed to go. I got a bald head. Shout out to you.
Yep.
I got a yeah, like when we. I'm on the and then the first thing I remember I got posted and it looks like I cut my hair to have a clean slate. Like yeah. The crazy thing is I have some of those.
Shout out to Ron Linfond who sent me a ton of pictures from
Yeah, I have all those printed out. My grandma, anything that was on Instagram or got sent, man, I maybe yeah, I have a whole look at that. Yeah, crazy.
we're gonna
And
put
there's
all
there
this in the video, don't worry.
some of those that like I remember that was I think we had just became Under Armour too, so we had a whole bunch of Under Armour stuff. All this stuff was getting washed and was just getting smaller. Like that whole trip was just like perspective. Ain't no dryer in here. There's no dryers now. It's like to have a dryer is like a. I mean, I have it in my contract. If it don't say it, I won't sign until it's in there. Type shit. Like that's important.
Yeah.
Being able to walk to some of these places. I don't know where I'm at. This was not GPS how I used to be either. I'm lost. I gotta read this sign. It's not my language. So now I'm figuring out because when people first finish and haven't been to Europe and they get there the first time, I've known people that be like, man, look, I'm gonna collect these 2 months and I'm going back to the crib and going to the G League. I can't do this. I know that for sure. And they miss out on, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars because they can't adapt to the European lifestyle. It's a whole different, I mean, depending on where you are too, but that without that trip, hey man. But I was like I said, it was in like a whole different mind. My mind was different. I was trying to be nice. I gotta, yeah, man. I gotta be nice to my teammates because now I'm like, man, can I cuss? I
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
cuss.
yeah.
Man, fuck that. He's soft. Don't fucking play him. Sit his ass down. He's being soft today. Somebody else, don't be soft. That's how I talk to my team now. I didn't know how to deliver that as a kid. We're all kids.
Yeah.
But that was how I was trying to persuade my message. But it's different now. I'm an adult. I make the most here. It's contract. What we
Right.
doing?
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care. Hey, look, man, I'm not acting like that. I make the most here. Why y'all letting him act like that? What we doing? So it's two different things, but I didn't know how to give that into my teammates without it sounding, you know,
You
like
gotta
I'm
you
doing.
gotta earn your stripes.
Yeah, but we're all the same age, they said.
Yeah.
That's what they said.
Yeah.
That's what they told me. They said we're all freshmen, right? That's what they said, right? I don't know. We just played pickup for the summer. We don't know who the best one is. We know who the best one is on paper, but
Right.
we don't know who the best one is when we close that door, though.
Right.
This is how I was taught. I have to go with Tax St. John's, or else I will never be. Not saying I'm anybody, but I wouldn't be where I'm at today if I didn't have this mindset going in. But I
We're,
got this at a young age, so
we're talking a lot about maturity. And something just popped into my head because I had Phil Greene and Amir Garrett on together a few months ago. And they talked about a lot of the squabbles that happened with
yeah,
those
so,
doors closed at Carneseca and in Tafner.
mhm.
There were a lot of fights.
A
Like
lot.
like not
People
push, not just like pushing basketball stuff. Nah, y'all threw hands.
threw hands. Somebody
A
picked up an
lot.
object. Yeah, picked up an object. Tried to. Yeah, like it's there. It's But this is how it's. You got everybody's the same age. Everybody's supposed to be the best one. Everybody's handler is at the gym. Like I can only imagine what it's like now with the money thing involved. Because before it was pride, effort, show me, or you're not gonna play. Not because you making 4 million. We gotta play you, or else it looks bad on us. That's a something else. That's another realm of talk. But like I have to play, and we gave him 4 million. instead of, hey man, your McDonald's, he's not, don't matter. He just kicked their ass all summer.
Yeah.
It's different. Like I was trying to explain that. We'll talk about the scrimmage, I'm sure, but
Hmm.
our coming out was different. Like that whole process is because you can now you get paid one. You can transfer, go to 4 different schools in 4 years. You know what? I'm chilling this year. I really don't want to do it. Still got paid and went somewhere else. Like, oh, what? That sounds crazy. But
Yeah.
sorry, I get carried away on the NIL. Don't even start it. Like,
Yeah, but it's funny. Me and Ron Linfond were talking. He goes, "I wonder how much D'Lo would get paid now." I'm like, Man, compare it with his. By the time he would have been a junior and senior right now, probably 4 or 5 M's at this rate.
yeah, I mean, because it's like, hey man, look, I'm looking at kids like but kids don't stay as long as I did. But it's always been 17 a game.
Well, listen, I always called you a unicorn. I mean, because when we spoke on episode 5, that was 22. It was just the start of the NIL. It was
Mhm.
kind of just the beginning, and at that time, top of the top guys are 250, 500.
Yeah,
Now you can barely get an eighth man for that price.
yeah, like in the St. John's team, there's 11 international kids.
Yeah, it's
That like, and I'm
and
like, how am
the
I not?
price tag.
Yeah, so but I'm in front of y'all. I'm Cornelis. You know I'm Mr. International. Like, I know you.
Yeah.
I know you.
No, we're about to get
Yeah,
into that
sorry, sorry,
in a
sorry.
bit. No, don't worry. We're gonna spend the second half of this all about the scrimmage. But I just want to give D'Lo the the time to talk about himself and the what he's been through because he's earned that. And but D'Lo, we talked about maturity, man. It's a theme of this, and how much you grew up from freshman year to senior year, how during your sophomore year you were given that reality check of being on thin ice behavior wise, how you didn't understand what you were doing, where you were on that treadmill all the time because Coach
Nope.
Dunlap told you,
Nope.
hey,
Man, I know
come on.
My Coach Dixon was like literally like, hey man, but this is the hidden secret about those little stories. I was never tired. So I'm allowed to play these. I don't know if it was on purpose. I don't know if they foresaw it. I don't know if this was Lab's agenda. But if they had any, because I wasn't playing like man, it's college. You gotta be able to guard your position, get to it, lead your team, and we can't even take you out.
Yeah.
So that one song, I was like, yo, like, there's no way I'm running on the treadmill as fast as it could go every day.
Yeah.
Like, there's
And
no way
I,
that's
and
going.
you would always say like I don't even understand it. What did I look at? I looked down. I didn't look you in the eye. Like, and you were like, I don't get it. What did I do?
They had a hidden agenda. I know it. Now
But
I'm starting to understand.
again, older perspective, you realize it now, right? Like you're gonna talk to these young kids, man. This stuff matters, right? It does matter in the grand scheme of things, not just in basketball, but in life and how we deal with it. But in that same sense, the maturation theme, there's somebody that applies to who's going to be playing your position this year, and Ian Jackson, who chose to come back to St. John's, not transfer when he could have after a rocky up and down season where there was real
Could have went. He still
expectation.
could have went anywhere though.
Yeah, he made the conscious decision this offseason to keep learning under Rick Pitino, to stay home, stay at St. John's, not chase the bag that was absolutely out there and dangling in front of him by somebody. Somebody would have given him more than at St. John's, and he made that decision. That's to me gets him a lot of respect for himself to be that kind of a person, that his team, the ones that were in his ear that were saying, hey, listen, it'll do you wonders long term to stay here
Right.
and learn under Rick Pitino in this system again. And they've made the decision to move you to that two guard, which you wanted to play. So, do you think that maturing basketball wise is different in your day versus now, given the money, given the atmosphere, all that allure that's out there? And like, how would you use your example? It's kind of what you just talked about, to talk to kids who are in your same shoes now.
But like Ian Jackson deciding to come back is. I'm not saying that's on the lines of something I did, but I could have left. Hey man, because at the time I'm like, hey man, I didn't get in trouble with the police. I was passing. I wasn't really tripping. So for me, it was like, for what? But to go in that office and be able to say, hey man, I want to stay, or have that come from your camp and you make the final decision. So with
I
Ian,
was I was told it was Ian Jackson who made the final
yeah,
decision, said that he wanted to stay.
that's the whiff and the wind I got when I was there. I was like, what did he come back for? I'm man, you. What'd you come back for? I love, I bleed this school. I am this school. Don't get it twisted. And you wear my number. Don't get it twisted. If you don't know, let me explain it to you. Now you understand it. Now that, we follow each other, whatever, whatever. But you chose to come back. Show us why. I like that. Put it like mini pressure on yourself. They made him captain. I saw how he acted for those.
That's news.
Oh, is that not what was going on?
That's news. We know we haven't heard that publicly yet.
That's
Hey, breaking news from D'Angelo Harrison. Apparently, Ian Jackson named captain.
Come on, man. Hey, look, this is what I thought. I mean, that's what I thought.
But okay, if that's not official, but that tells you something, right? That tells you that the kid who made the decision to come back, who had the roller coaster of the season, that had a few good games, but a lot of really iffy games, and a lot of pressure was on him, playing out of position, learning a new position, trying to figure out being back at home, which is a real thing, dealing with the fans and your family all the time. And now you come back, you make some concessions, whether it's financial, ego, whatever you want. And then if they're going to put that C on your chest, like they did with Zuby Ejiofor and a lot of other greats that come before you, that means a lot. It really, really does. People might think that might not mean a lot, but that means
that's
a
everything
lot.
inside that group of, let's say, all
Especially because
the.
that comes from the players. St. John's has always done captaincy from the players.
That's what I saw. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like how all the okay. I watched a little clip of the team throwing the pitch out yesterday. Who were the two people out there, and who everybody was watching? Now I know them two don't make the most. Usually you have to consider. I don't know. I could be completely wrong, but I'm based off my eyes and my what I see at St. John's and my point of view on what I think I'm supposed to see. That's what I saw when I was there. I saw it at the dinner. I saw it while they played. Now there's a lot of older vocal guys. I know that it might not be a thing but who's gonna if they had to choose one dude and let's pick him and he gonna figure it out for us? I'm picking Ian Jackson. That's based off what I saw.
That's awesome. I'd say Johns fans should be really happy to hear that. And again, what did D'Lo say about 15 minutes ago? I got an eye for talent, right? And we all know that Ian Jackson's talented. We all know it. And we were critical of Ian Jackson last year. I absolutely was. But then there were the games against Villanova and a few other ones where, oh my God, you saw Ian Jackson. And it it's there. It is there. And I think another year here is going to do him absolutely wonders with all this talent, especially in the backcourt.
Now you have like, yeah, man, I like that first unit.
And that first unit is doesn't even have Donnie Freeman. Imagine if Donnie Freeman was
Yeah,
6'10 running
that's the kid with the Achilles. Yes,
yeah,
that's the
man,
kid. So
killing it.
I got to speak with him about the Achilles thing. It was kind of weird
Oh,
that
that's right.
I got to be like, hey, look, man, they made me play in 6 months. Was I ready mentally? Physically, I was there. Man, but you gotta be a psychopath about your rehab and
Mhm.
how fast you want to come back because you will always be back in your mind like, man, I did that same move. Man, I don't want to. I ain't gonna plant the same. You
That
can
first
do,
time, right?
man. That's it. Hey, man, you got the man. Do it. They said you're okay, but man, hell no, I got survivor. Because if I do it again, it's over
And
with.
I mean, D'Lo is different with you. I mean, you're 6'1", right? 6'2". Donnie's 6'10", right? 6'10",
Yeah,
longer limbs, plus two injuries back-to-back years at Syracuse. So like, there's that in your head. Like, man, am I going to get hurt again? It's a lot to overcome. And again, we're dealing with kids, man. Like we're dealing with
yeah.
kids. It is a fragile thing. So certainly wishing Donnie Freeman speedy recovery. I want to finish up with just two more thoughts, D'Lo, on your career. You now played Italy, Israel, Ukraine, Champions League competition, and more. You're going into year 12. I think year 12, or this is going to
Year
be year
12.
13. Yeah, year
Jesus. Yeah,
12.
Jesus.
How has European basketball changed since you first started?
Wow. Contracts are a lot different than I remember. Um, People are more hip to the internet. You can see people are watching a lot more European games than they did before. Because I remember my rookie year, Mike James and a guy named Darius Adams were in the EuroLeague Final Four, and I'm like, man, I know Mike James. He went to Lamar. I've been to Beaumont. It ain't
Hmm.
shit over there. It
Hmm.
ain't shit over there. Like I was seeing somebody at the time that was at Lamar, and I was still in high school. I'm like, man, I know I'm not supposed to go here. I just committed on television. He's one of the biggest EuroLeague stars of all time now.
Hmm. And played in the NBA and made the decision
Yeah,
to
like
go over there.
and I saw him in Beaumont, Texas. Him and a kid named Anthony Miles. He's from Houston, so it was kind of like a man. Now he can't even go anywhere in Europe. He gotta have
Security and all that, his people around.
like what? So compared to that's how it started to. So give me his since I've been out, he's been a pro. There goes the difference in changes right there. It's boats and advertisement and sponsorships and kids have deals. Man, it's now kids are. I got kids on my team talking about NIL. Hey, look, hey D, you know LSU? Yeah, of course I do. Like, what about St. John's? So now when the tournament comes around, and it's if you have a good kid and they're starting to get recruited, hey man, who you think's going to win the tournament? Who? That's a bad question. So now I'm all St. John's gear every game day. Like trying to but it's different how it is now with the NIL because now kids are getting recruited from Europe
Yeah.
and the NBA. Now Giannis and Jokic, like that wasn't happening. It wasn't like that a few years ago. It was, it's just
I mean,
different now.
it leads me to my next like thought. I mean, the major influx of EuroLeague and
Mhm.
overseas talent coming to college. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously with St. John's, we'll talk about the names specifically, but like there's a lot of guys who you have played with over the years.
yeah,
Some of the young kids now play 1 year in Euro and are now coming over here. We've seen Gonzaga, Illinois. I mean, St. John's is dipping their toe. A lot of these big schools are looking over there now that you're allowed to. What are your thoughts about and what how does that translate in the sense of like that play getting them ready for D1?
it's for me. I think it's flipped. I think okay, they've been playing EuroLeague and all this since they was 15, been around it 15, 16. While I've been playing nothing but high school kids and being around high school kids. That's like my high school is associated with the Houston Rockets. I've been playing against James Harden or whoever's here for the last 5, 6 years, and now I'm finally of age. Are y'all gonna sign me or not? If not, I'm gonna go to Europe. But that's how they treat it and come to USA. So they've already been around and exposed to it. I, Quinn Ellis is a perfect example. I know we're gonna talk about, but he's played against Mike James, all these other NBA players in EuroLeague, and you tell him to come back and play against college players. You tell me who has the advantage.
Right.
You, yeah, you're a kid. Like how I look at when I went to the St. John's and play, I was like, y'all are kids.
Hmm.
That's how I looked at y'all. Like I'm older than y'all. I've been doing this, but then it's you get these kids that come over that've already been doing it with they've a, a kid played with Carson Edwards. He's from Houston. And he just went to he's going to LSU, Niang.
Hmm.
So I've been he's in Italy too. He's been under Malcolm Delaney, these other guys every year. So he comes to this school and he looks over. It's somebody the same age as him. You tell me who has the advantage.
Yeah. And that's kind of what we've been talking about this summer, because I don't want to say St. John's is going to be a little overlooked this year, but I believe the influx of European names and talent, which are not on these ranking boards and all that, are going to make scouts and whoever makes these decisions underestimate St. John's a little bit. And that's okay. Like I really don't care.
Hard to go. It's
But
hard to go back to back to back.
when you realize that you've got professional basketball players going up
Yeah.
against 18, 19-year-old kids, like, and a lot of them, Baba Sane has been playing in the top German league and giving
That's
people, I know, we're
I
about
can't
to, I know.
I can't wait.
Baba Sane is going to give college basketball fits. It's going to be a
They're
problem.
gonna
Good
try to make
luck.
another rule. If he acts how I think he's gonna think of like nope.
D'Lo,
We, we're not,
we've had NBA scouts tell us that he should be in the NBA. What is he doing in
well,
Germany? So you got Quinn Ellis has been playing in the best basketball league for years now, averaging 10, 7, and 4. He's going to come here and play with his food with these guys. Uh, Georgi Jovanovic, who is one of the better shooters in the Adriatic League, is going to be coming here, 23 years old. Like these are grown ass men
Yeah.
that are coming to play against kids, like D'Angelo said. Like, listen, they're not 30, but 23 and playing professionally since you were 18. That's 5 years of professional experience. That's not
High
D1
school. It's not. No, it's not high school basketball.
Right. It's different.
No.
That's where the difference is. And it's okay. Listen, I think St. John's is going to still be top 15 in the country to start the season. But if you try to kind of formulate that talent, if these were all, US kids on a top 200 board, I think this would look a lot different when you
Yeah.
try to. So, all right. The reason everybody is here and what we want to talk about. So this is our big second half of the show. D'Lo, get comfortable. July 22nd, July 23rd, a really fun event took place. Coach P calls, hey, come to St. John's. We want to run a game. Alumni versus the new kids. It was Danish Jenkins, Chris Ledlam, Jordan Dingle, Dylan Adaiwusu, Vince Iwachukwu, Tariq Owens, DJ Kennedy, and yourself all back. I think I got most of the big names who were there. I'm not sure if I missed
We,
anyone.
we were missing the Kadari Richmond.
Oh, Kadari was there?
He was supposed to be there. They had
Okay.
his locker filled out, and I don't know
Could
if you said the
because
kid from Seton Hall.
Kadari played last night here in the Bronx with Julian Champagny and Rasheem Don and a few of the guys up
Pro City.
at Pro City at the Gauchos gym. So yeah, he was definitely in town. Anybody else?
No, I think unless I don't know if you said the kid from Seton Hall. I forget his
Yeah,
name.
Dylan Adaiwusu.
Yeah, Wusu.
Yeah, Wusu was there.
So, yeah.
All right, so let's just start. How did this come about? Who called you? When did you get the call? How did this all?
I got a message from the GA Aiden saying we're want to host y'all to try to come kick our kids' ass. Let's see how good y'all still are. That's how I took it. And so I made a few. Oh, Phil was supposed to be there. But New York was having y'all had tornado watch or something, so flights were getting canceled and things like this. So if we had had Phil, maybe it would have been a little different. But I get a text, so I'm like, Phil, what are you talking about? So I call Phil, it's legit. So then I'm like, all right, who they gonna get? I'm not pulling up to play. I want to have some guys that I know. I know everybody, but I want my area. Where my people at?
Yeah.
Let me get 2 or 3 of my guys. But then I saw the roster, and I was like, oh shit, all right. You got me, DJ Kennedy, and Phil. Hey, look, I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm for sure there. That's my era of stuff.
Yep.
So we get there. Phil obviously couldn't come, but man, we get to the gym. I get there a day before because this is my first time really playing for the summer.
Yeah.
I finally got, hey man, you're allowed to. We fixed everything. There's no hiccups. You can play for the summer. So I'm like, man, what if I'm tired? What if my knees don't work no more? They might be pressing. They could already been together.
Mm-hmm.
So I get there the night before, I shoot and stuff, and I see who was there. I see yeah, I can't even think of his fucking name. Oh, the kid from Baylor.
Tunde Yesufu.
He's just walking. He's at St. John's. He goes to the school. So I don't know nothing. I don't know roster. I know Quinn Ellis. I know Prey and Ian Jackson. Those are okay. I know St. John's. I know these people are for sure going to be here. Who the hell is okay? He's big. I have to be ready for tomorrow, so I get a little lift in. Man, that morning came, that wake up, and we get to the gym. All the old guys, Tariq, we're all there early. That's how I know we're getting old. Usually, we would have just pulled up, play pickup, slide. We're all there stretching. Hey man, we don't want to lose. If we beat them, it might not go as viral if they kill us and it's on. I get that. Well, hey man, I'm trying to kick their ass. I got something to prove because these motherfuckers might not know who the fuck I am at this school. I'm talking crazy for breakfast. If you walked into Taffner, you can hear my voice somewhere. You'll hear it. If you know that, you're gonna come holler at me because you know me. Guys, it's I'm like Quinn knows. I played against Quinn Ellis. I've talked shit to him, and I've talked shit to 2 different teams that he's played on. Right. So I'm like, Quinn, they don't know. Like all you hear is after. It's like you be like, man, who the fuck? Like, who the he don't even go here. Like I know Babu. I got unless you did your research and understand who you playing against. I know someone was like, man, who the fuck is you? Why are you so geeked to be here? Like nobody else is acting like this but you. But I feel like I have to. I'm top five. That's how I feel at that school.
Top three
I'm just saying, it
on the
gets mixed.
records.
Just hey, look, statistics. My numbers speak for itself. I want to be top. Hey, look, my name has to be mentioned when y'all talk about St. John.
Yes, sir.
That's how I feel about it. If it's five, cool. But I want to be. I'm there.
All
You
right.
know.
So the morning you're jacked up, you're ready to go, chomping at the bits, talking shit. You have played in these high professional environments for more than a decade. When you walked out on those 2 days at St. John's, I mean, what is the one thing from this team, this new team that stayed with you? We're going to get to specifics. So I'm just curious about when you left. What's the first thought about the new kids?
They have a chance to be great, and the country will see it maybe later than how soon it's supposed to be.
Okay.
I think because they since I've been there, that was a week, just the week they've been together. But they're all not. I remember they were forcing Phil, you got to speak, you got to talk. They telling um Mo, hey, look, man, you gotta be more vocal. You gotta, relay messages. And they're grown. They're not high school kids. The communication is already there. The play is not. They haven't meshed yet.
Hey,
They
it's
communicate.
July. It's going to
They
take
get,
time.
but some of the guys are getting on each other's asses. Like, okay, because hey man, they kept stats. They had referees. They kept stats. They had TV timeouts. It was a real thing going on in there. It was real live. It's a real game going on. We got jerseys. It's not just pickup clothes. It's not just gear. It's flip jerseys and referees, and they calling fouls for
I
real.
saw you were you made sure to get seven.
I stole it from Tariq. Sorry.
I
I had
noticed
a
that.
different number. I had a different number. I seen, but Reek was like, "D, like you could have this." I was like, yeah. I don't even know what they were thinking, but I didn't wear seven there, so
I know. But I
so
remember us talking about you. The
I
seven's your
thought
number.
because if I only got the 11, because me and Ian Jackson, we guard each other the whole game.
Mhm.
So there was a point in the scrimmage. He was like, "Why are you denying me?" Because I said you're the go-to guy. What do you think they do to me everywhere since I've been here? He was like, "Oh shit, yeah, no catch. What do you think's gonna happen? It's late in the game. If you don't get it, I know you don't have a chance. That's how I'm feeling about you." They do it, and then what? He's like, you in full deny? Yeah, that's what they do to me. That's what I told him. That's what they do to me. That's what they did to me while I was
Double
here.
team without the ball.
People don't be understanding that. People still don't understand that.
D'Lo, was there anybody a few days later now that you're thinking about it who you're kind of walking away like I can't wait to see what he's going to do this year?
The kid from Baylor,
Tunde Yesufu,
Tunde, yes, Babu. Those are two. Hey man, look,
Babacar,
Babacar, the kid
Sane.
that played
Mhm.
in Germany. Hey,
Mhm.
look, man. Hey, he's a grown ass man.
When those two are going to run the break together with Quinn Ellis potentially lobbing it to them, good luck.
Even no, but not even in the half court. Like
Mhm.
the way they, because I'm like,
Exactly.
man, there's no way y'all can shoot like that. Then y'all are down. Y'all are Giannis's. That's how y'all are Giannis. That's the scout we gave each other. They both hit six threes each, multiple days.
Hmm.
Y'all are making three. No. Like because I'm not trying to gas. Like I love St. John. I bleed my
I'm going to
school.
let you gas it up later too. Don't worry. I got gas it up. This is what this is about.
They making threes. It's over with. I know that was Achilles heel. I'm like,
Correct. Yep.
we can't shoot the fucking ball. Jesus Christ, like you. And I'm like, hey man, I came out wrong time. I'd be perfect. I'd be perfect for some of these groups Patino's had.
I
Literally,
I would sacrifice. Now, I wouldn't sacrifice my daughter, but I don't know what I would do to get a D'Angelo Harrison shooter on last year's team and the team the year before. My God.
oh yeah. And then I've known Quinn. I'll let you keep going because I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
get because they gave the stat sheet out too. I have that as well.
Oh, yeah, that's not public either. But we got a lot. We got a lot of stuff that's not public.
I
That
feel
we'll
so
see.
stupid.
Me and D'Lo have been talking, but all right. DJ Kennedy, who it was awesome to see DJ back.
Yeah,
DJ
facts.
spoke to Zach Braziller of the New York Post about the game, and he said that the current team jumped out to a big lead. You guys, the alumni, were able to come back and force overtime. What changed in the game, and what changed that the new kids were actually putting on a game that were able to keep up with you guys? And just talk to me about the pace of the game, how seriously you guys took it, etc.
I mean, we were taking it serious, but you gotta remember, they had a full warm up, full. They're that we treated it like a game too, but man, we over there doing our individual. Everybody's doing their own individual stretches. Everybody's game day basic routine, but it's 10 o'clock in the morning. We're a little older. This is some guys. It's July. Like I said, this was my first time playing this summer. So this is, we don't. I don't play all summer no more. The one time I did is when I blew out the Achilles. I played Dykeman. I played in Pro City. I played everything in Houston. I did all the little money tournaments, and then it got to the point where I was, hey man, this is too much basketball. You got to have a recovery thing. It's
Mhm.
you're not below 25. So they was on our ass. The Patino's team was ready. They're gonna be ready from the jump. If you're on, they'll score layups and get dunks. We're turning it over. Uh, but then it's like, hey man, it's me, Dennis Jenkins, and DJ Kennedy. We're all high level pros.
Right.
We didn't figure y'all out. Not because we're another college team. Just, hey man, we're all elite members on every team that we play on. We called a timeout. We got to have time. Like, man, we are good. They not gonna keep this up. Now we cut it. I think we was down like 24, maybe in the third or the fourth. Like, and then we just, hey man, I and me. I think I might have had 7 points in the first half or six, maybe. I finished with 30.
Mm.
So after a while, I
That
didn't hit
that
one.
sounds familiar.
Yeah, I didn't hit one. He's not shooting that one. Yeah, I'm on the SJ. Did my back foot is on the SJ, and I let it go. It's a horrible shot. So now it's like, man, you're not making that, Babu. You're not making. I didn't hit four in a row now. Like this is why. That's why I'm here. Hello, guys. DJ's doing his thing. Jenkins started talking. Chris Lead. How do you say his last name?
Chris Ledlam.
Ladlin. He surprised me. I've known he's having a good career so far, but
He's
I've never
playing
seen it.
playing really well in Paris.
I've never seen it.
Mhm.
I've never seen it. But I think I had 30. He had 27. Jenkins had 24. Then DJ Kitty, did his little DJ Kitty things 8, 6, 7, and 8. You know how all
Fuck
that
it
shit
up.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I do. But it was crazy game. And then their side.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask, like, of the current team, did anybody like take control, like to be the leader? I mean, was it Quinn? Was it
That
Tunde?
first that first game, but that's honestly
And just let's be just some context. The first game was the true new
really
team versus the alumni. The second game, apparently
we
some of
had a
the old
mix.
heads,
We had some mix. It
yeah,
was mixed. Yeah,
rested and there was
somebody.
mixed up. So this is mainly about the first game.
Um, Ian. Okay, I'm speaking how my perspective was. Ian Jackson and Quinn Ellis were controlling the game, but Babu and the kid from Baylor. I keep forgetting his fucking names.
Tunde Yesu, Babacar
Tunde,
Sane, and
excuse
Tunde Yesu.
Babacar and Tunde. Excuse me,
Yes,
dog.
that's all right.
They were offensive rebound, like just on stop. I didn't know them, but I know that they've already adopted the Rick Pitino's mindset. I'm gonna play harder than you, and they basically told me I already have the talent. So now it's been put together, and because I've watched his stuff at Baylor, and then I've just saw in real life what it's. And you're everywhere. You're everywhere. You're pressing. You're guarding me. You rebounding. But for me, what stood out, them two were making threes. But I'm like, man, I know y'all don't shoot like this. They did it for 2 days straight. 2 days straight.
So let's give some context here. Tunde Yesufu, who just averaged almost 19 and 8 at Baylor as a
Baylor.
freshman, set tons of freshman records. Basically that and eclipsed VJ Edgecomb's records at Baylor, was likely going to be a back end first round pick in the NBA
That's what
draft
they
this year.
said.
Decided to make the conscious decision, hey, I'm going to work on my game a little bit. All the scouts told him he's got to hit that three a little bit better. He's got to be more smarter with his decision making. So he decides to come back to St. John's, pulled out of the draft at the last second, right on the deadline, comes right to St. John's. So that is a conscious thing that he has been working on, that 3-point shot. And Babacar Sane is an underrated type of shooter. Most people will consider him just being a downhill threat, guy that can really get to the basket, do a lot of work in the paint. But he's shown some flashes with a mid range and a jumper as well.
Yeah, but he's a banger though. He like
Well, they're talking about him playing some minutes at the 5 this year.
yeah, I don't mind him sliding. You can slide him down there because guess what? Now it's an open floor and he can shoot.
Hmm.
He's I like Prey at the Ruben, right?
Hmm.
Ruben.
Hmm.
I like him at the 5. He's like a the energy guy slash, pick up buckets, but he's not gonna demand the ball.
Correct.
Now,
But what we're saying about Ruben, like Ruben, what we saw in that Duke Sweet 16 game, he can shoot it and he can
hey,
make
hey
it.
look,
And he's going to space that floor.
he made 2, 3 threes each game too. Uh, but to have him and they grown though. You got Ruben and Babu down low, right? And then you have Quinn Ellis, Ian Jackson, and Tunde. You different. There's not a lot of fives. Experience, already high level college tournament games. Like usually there's one that's not. You have 4 guys that have done it already, have experience, and then there's one new guy that he's brand new, but he's supposed to be really good.
Yeah.
These people are good, but all have the experience already.
Yeah. Seasoned.
It's like that for me. That stood out. Pitino, when I tell you Rick Pitino gets on these kids, you can tell a kid. You can tell when it's a kid because they fight back, they lip, they roll their eyes every time. And I'm talking about Babu didn't fucked up. He didn't fucked up something. He didn't miss the switch, and something happened. Yes sir. I say, you telling me that's a kid? I look at DJ Kaz like, you telling me that's a fucking kid? Get the fuck out of here. Yes, sir, my bad, won't happen again. I say, yo, what? It's July. No, nothing.
That
Hey,
was,
I
and
get paid.
apparently, D'Lo, that was the theme last year too with the team as well. That was evident early on with the team last year too. So this isn't an accident on the type of kids that they're bringing in.
Yeah, like that. It's. We know what y'all giving, but the guy that's running the show don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
That for me is everything. Like
Mhm.
I can only imagine if you like a soft coach or not legendary. Like Rick Pitino's legendary. What are we talking about? He's legendary. What are we talking about? Now, if you're one of these other that on your way, maybe but you got a kid that's making $6 or $7 million, you gonna let him run over you? I know it. It's just how I know it. I know it. You gonna let him get away with stuff? Pitino don't play none of that shit. I've
Uh,
never seen it. Like
it's never gonna happen.
yeah, I've never seen it. Like,
Yeah,
but everybody was
he don't play.
responding. That was crazy. That was crazy to me. But there was no. I looked around. There's 11 international kids, so that makes sense too, though.
Tunde Yesufu hit the
Yeah.
game-winning three in overtime,
And got
apparently,
and got fouled.
and got fouled.
They didn't have to
Uh,
call it because it went in. Yeah.
talk to me about that last possession. How did we get to that point? And obviously he's the biggest splash of the offseason for St. John's. Just walk me through that last possession, how it got to OT, all that.
Mind you, we walked them down, so it became like a oh shit, they about to okay, they're showing who they are. Okay, there's D'Angelo Harrison, there's Dennis Jenkins, there's okay, I understand it now, but they came back and now they talking shit though. It's so Chris Ledlum, he knows the staff more than I don't know this staff. So they're not being disrespectful to the staff, but if that's like me and Coach Rico Hines and was on the opposite side, I
Mhm.
know how I would act. So I know why they were acting like that. I get that part. So it's kind of spicy in here now. We didn't walk them down. Patino's tight. Whoever's watching, there's a little small group. I'm not gonna say names, but there's a small group of people in here that are big time to St. John's. They're like, oh shit, like, uh-oh, are they gonna lose? And then all you hear is, if y'all lose, we gonna like it's now there's threats. It's more threats. For hey man, there's no way y'all about to lose this game because they're not gonna leave me alone. Like, thank God I didn't play for Pitino because I know how I would have been talking if this was my staff in here. But this is how some of these other guys If you know what I'm talking about. I don't
Yeah.
say all the names. If you know some of the guys that's played for this staff, you know how
Look,
they were talking
listen,
spicy.
I was gonna ask you this later, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but God, this
Oh,
is
go
so
ahead, go
good.
ahead, go ahead.
But word is that Danis Jenkins was talking shit. This is I, I did not expect this from DJ, but maybe that Pistons, hey, I'm the man now, got a little
Y'all, y'all,
guaranteed year.
y'all,
You
y'all
can't
thought it.
tell
Y'all thought. Hey,
Davis
look,
nothing.
y'all not fucking with me. That's and I don't. I've never met him. I know, but guess what? I know he a Texas
Hey,
kid.
Texas boy, I was just gonna say.
So I'm I'm love. I'm gonna send you some of the photos I got of that shit. You can see I'm like, oh yeah, you on that type of time. You don't have to. Hey, look, because I've always been a player like, man, don't worry about me. You gonna look at the stat sheet like, damn, bitch, you had 28. How the fuck did you do that shit? Don't worry about me. I'm good over here. Do your stuff. You don't have nothing. I got you. I'll bail you out. This is how my career has. Hey, look, you don't have to worry about. I don't need to be first op. I shot 8 shots. I had 26. You didn't even know. Yeah, but I hit 5 threes and have 11 free throws.
Yeah.
It will add up at the end of the day.
All right, so
So
let's back to where
he,
we.
he
So
starts. He comes down. I forgot who he made fall. Made him fall. Hit the three, and now we're like creeping back. I think it was like going. I think we were down 8. We were down 20, and then now it's hit the one you have to call timeout. Y'all are bleeding, but now it's a lot of. Yeah, you thought, man, they not fuck. Yeah,
you guys were coached by Masiello?
no, he was on the other side.
He was on the other side. Okay, so Masiello was coaching the new kids, and you were with Rick,
No, no, no. The other assistant, jam, I'm bad. They're gonna get. They're
Bob
gonna hit
Walsh,
me. Smaller guy,
Bob Walsh,
Bob Wash. Okay, I hope so. I
friend of the
hope
show.
so.
Yes.
Let's Bob Wash. I gotta look it up now. Bob Wash before we continue. I want to make
Our
sure.
staff consists of Bob Walsh, consists of Ricky Johns and Talik Brown. I'm if it's a smaller guy, it's Bob Walsh.
Okay, yeah, it has to be him. Yeah, 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 for sure it's him.
Yes,
Confirmed. Yeah,
my guy.
yeah.
Okay, so you cut it down to 8. They call timeout.
Dennis is firing off at the mouth, and Patino's just letting it happen because I guess that's his boy. That's what it seemed like, and it got to the point where it was like, are they going to show grit and understand why they're going to be good? Or are you going to let us take you down, and y'all are going to be in hell for the rest of the summer because how y'all just handle us? We wouldn't care, but if y'all would have lost, it would have just been a different side of life in
Well,
there.
going into the game, I mean, I think everybody would have said that you guys should have probably beat them pretty good.
We were the way now that we've done it. If I'm pretty sure we're going to do this every summer now, which is what I'm assuming. Which is it could be. We'll talk about that towards the
Yeah.
end too, though. If we would have, hey, let's have that practice. Hey, look, let's all be grown. Hey, look, we're gonna treat this for real. Let's have that practice the night before, not just show up like, damn, bro, it's good to see you,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
They down there kind of second treating. They got there's popcorn's getting made down there. We're over here, man, eating breakfast syrup. Like, it's different,
Yeah.
but we're all pros. We end up figuring it out, and two
So,
days.
all right. So he hits the 3 that last possession. I mean, everybody's just talk to me about that last one.
It was so surreal how it ended because I'm confirming words. This is why y'all brought me here. So I'm looking like, so you know me, I love that kind of shit. Look, I start yelling at you right now. I love that shit. So I'm looking at him like, oh, you about, yeah, you about to do that in the garden? You ain't wilding like that. But he was like, I saw how there's 3 or 4 different guys' ability to, I got y'all tonight instead of relying on one
That's
or
huge.
two
That's
or two
huge.
or two. Man, look, I looked at the stat sheet. I said, damn, Tunde had 33. Babu had 27. Ian Jackson had 23. Quinn Ellis had 8 points, 11 assists, 9 boards, 6 steals. Now tell me y'all about how was that not the efficient?
Mm-hmm.
He had turnovers here and there. I get that. But that's the head honchos, them 4. And I just 33, 1, 27 another. And I'm not even talking about rebounds. I'll send you the stat sheet so you can put it up.
Mhm.
Ian Jackson did his things. Cornell does the stuff that he's supposed to do
Quadruple double.
against pros.
Yeah. So DJ, I
Yes, we
mean,
might not have been scouted and all that, and whatever, but
it's impressive.
they
Listen,
kept it.
it's not nothing. And somebody like uh, I did a St. John's preview with Rob Doster. It's going to be coming out in a few weeks, but we talked about this scrimmage and we talked about the game with you guys, and like the news is that the kids beat you guys, and like it's
Yeah,
not nothing. Yeah, it's not legit, but like one plays for the Pistons, the other one plays highly Euro, the other one has been one of the best European players in the country. DJ Kennedy results speak for himself. What he's done overseas. Chris Ledlam is killing it in Paris, France. Tariq Owens is making a career for himself.
but
Um, these are legitimate legitimate professional basketball players, and the new kids got them. So we've talked about at length here now at Babacar Sane. DJ was super impressed about how he played. um Again, like it's the threes that was the most surprising, or like why do you think he
I,
fits in like a Rick Pitino type team?
because he knows how to play hard already. He already knows how to play hard. He has the skill. He has all of it. Now let's tweak it to where we're about to put you in a place where you might go fucking lottery if you act right.
Yep.
They didn't say that before you got here. That's why you came here, because that's the message we gave you. You come here, we might put you in a lottery, and you have the bright lights on you. How you gonna say no to that? Like,
So are you
and we'll give
saying
you a few dollars.
you think Babacar Sane has lottery talent?
I do, based off what I saw.
Wow. And
You telling me this?
as well
I
as
don't even
Tunde,
know. I
because
don't know
that's
drafts.
what
I don't know drafts. I don't know this
it's a
fucking
weaker
year's draft.
draft. It's a
I know
much weaker draft
I
this year.
know 4 or 5 people only.
Yeah. No, it's a much weaker draft coming. It is not like it was this year. This year, in my opinion, this year is going to go down as the greatest draft in history. I think when it's all said and done in 20 years, we're going to talk about this year's draft the way that we talk about 96, the way that we talk about. People want to say 2003, but it's because 2003 is so top heavy. But like 96, it was like the cream of the crop year. We talk about like 83, some of these years that were just so incredible. 2025, 2026 draft, in my opinion, is going to be the most loaded, consistent, fully just full of talent that's actually going to do stuff in the league for a long time.
Yeah.
Next year is not going to be that. Next year is incredibly, incredibly thin, which is why I think Tunde made a great decision to come to St. John's and up his stock to go from potentially 28, 29, 30 pick last year to 8, 9, 10 next year, something like that. Because
But that comes with, hey, look, man.
and potentially Babacar puts himself in the first round too, which was not something that was ever discussed prior to.
If they're both gonna shoot like that, I don't see, because they. I mean, I know I've played. I'm thinking about it now. Like, somebody has played hard, tries to get on the rim, and you have the Patino mindset already.
Yeah.
Like, you people get a lot of those, but not people. A lot of those can shoot threes.
Hmm.
We get a lot of those, but there's usually those kind of players. They're also Babacar's biggest. He's big. Like, he's a big dude. Like, he's pushing. I'm gonna say, man, he looked like he was 6'9" for real.
Yeah, he's listed about 6'8". Yeah. So,
Don't fake
um,
one dribble and just take off because I'm a grown up. Not because they told me to. Like, I remember there. I hate to use Mo, but like Mo was so athletic. They was like, Mo, just dunk it. You don't got to jump for real. So he got it finally, but he wasn't really just, he's finesse.
I,
Baba,
I don't remember. Is it me and you that talked about that? Because now that you say that, and I'm like, I remember somebody saying that like Mo had to learn to get like nasty and like
yeah,
and
yeah. But
finish.
he's never had to be like you.
Yeah.
That's what they want to see though.
Mhm.
But Mo's always been weak in my realm. He's always been fake. He's just a unicorn. He's one of the.
Yeah.
Hey, look, bro. You play like me for real. You can shoot threes, dribble one. You take one dribble off 3 point line. You jump for real. You're gonna finish it. It takes me 2 more dribbles to get there, and I gotta do a reverse layup.
Yeah.
Like, I've always thought he's. Hey, man. You for me.
Incredible talent, man.
Yeah, it's not even like people give Mo a hard time about that shit. But hey, look, Mo's one got paid, and he's one of the most elite talents I've seen because I saw it when he turned it on.
Mhm.
We're at Duke because once again, if you, this is like my new thing. I'll be like, man, look, just look at the stat sheet. I don't be talking about my numbers, but my shit just be there every time. Mo had 30 that game, but it was dominant. He was on the rim blocking shots, whatever. You look at this, you just be like, what did you have? Well, I had 24. Nobody gave a fuck. Like, nobody gave a fuck. Like but it's been like that. Syracuse with Phil. Phil's the hero of that Syracuse game. But if you do this, I had 24 again. Nobody gives a fuck. Like it's not loud. I get it though, but I've carved a career out of this kind of shit too, though,
Oh
which makes
man,
it.
it was loud enough, man. We remembered. DJ, man, DJ's talked a lot about the guys who are impressive. Quinn Ellis, and
Ellis.
that's somebody who you could really speak to. You touched on it a little bit, but like you've played against Quinn. I remember the news was coming out that Quinn was signing with St. John's. I heard a few days prior to I hit you because I know that you played with him, and I was like, hey, what's the word here? And so you tell the fans like what you remember about Quinn playing against him, and then kind of what you saw at the alumni
So I,
game.
I I saw him before he took the jump to Milan.
Hmm.
So when you're like in these countries, oh, that's the kid that's supposed to be like
He's
you always
next.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the so you hear about each one. Whatever country you're in, and man, you play against Fenerbahce, they got a young kid over there that's supposed to be,
Hmm.
whatever. He plays for Trento. This is the Euro Cup team now. Yeah, Trento. And they finally put him in like the starting group. He's older. He's old. He was older than 15.
Yeah.
Jesus. So he's starting, and we have a kid on our team. He's going to San Diego State, by the way, David Torsani. Which once again, he's asking me, "Hey man, should I go to these colleges? Man, they paying. What are you talking about? This is more than here. It's more than here. You don't make shit here. I know that." So now he's starting to he's getting the ball to close games out. So I'm watching every game in my league. So I know the people. There's a guy on Trent that's been there for about 15 years for Farrar. He's just been there for years. And he's just captain, blah, blah, blah. But who the hell is, if you don't know, who is this kid about to take this last second shot? This is Quinn Ellis. This is before he got to Milan. So I saw him miss a few. So he's getting the ball at the end. To now he's dancing, doing his stuff. You know what? Now you look like you don't belong in Trento no more. We're gonna go ahead and this is how it works in Europe. We're
Yeah.
gonna take you to before you. I don't want to play against you and you beat us because we didn't sign you. You know what? Just come over here and hang out. That's how the big teams do it with the kids. It's crazy, but I don't want you to go to the fourth place team. That has the fourth budget because you might kill us in the final just because we didn't give you an offer. We paid you anyway. Just come over here. So now he's with the Milan team, but now he's around. This is man. I know Zach Leday plays on this team. I played with him for a year. He's from Dallas,
Hmm.
and man, he's his growth from I think it was like a 4-year span since I met him until now. I think it's been 4 years. He's had to play against people like me. That's not a kid at Providence. He's had to. Hey, look, we're bringing Quinn Ellis to the pick and roll every time. We're picking on him right now. That's what we're doing. He's in the game. You telling me that kind of experience against grown men compared to you tell me it's AAU circuit shit?
Yeah.
I remember AAU. I've played on both sides now. I averaged 40 one summer. I know what AAU's about, and I don't even take dribbles. Like so compared to it, I have 26, but it was different schemes. We changed the scheme. Hey, look, you got to guard. You got to guard Bellinelli. You know what? You know what? Not Bellinelli. You got to go. You got to go guard Carson Edwards real quick. It's a switch. It's
Yeah.
not AAU squad where it's a top 10 recruit that's going to Rutgers or a 50 guy going to Davidson. It's Carson Edwards and Marco Bellinelli, shit like that. So you
Yeah.
tell him, like I keep saying it, you tell me who has the advantage. Like, so that's why when I hear it, when I like all these kids are going back, like some of the kids I played against, like Leon Madar, he got drafted years ago. I'm a hater. You got drafted years ago, and you've been making Hapoel Tel Aviv is one of the few in the world. I don't know if you know about that group. Yeah, it's a
Hmm.
billionaire who runs it.
Hmm.
Uh, there's these people. He's played with Pat Bev, some of these other people, but no. Like I keep talking about how they've already played against grown men compared to what I've remember playing against high
Yeah.
school kids. And as a kid over there, he's a cross country captain. That's what I'm playing. It's not a D'Angelo Harrison that's legendary at his school. It's two different things.
Yeah.
So
D'Lo, which current St. John's player gave you the most trouble personally in the game?
I mean, at 30, it's tough to.
We'll talk about the other side of the ball. Not that you were really known for defense, really, but
But I'm always I'm a big scouter.
okay.
I scout. Like now as an adult, like but even in college, like man, I'm not the fastest to jump the highest, but I will outsmart you because of our scheme.
Yeah.
I will make you do something you don't want to do.
You got plenty of
More
highlights of poking that ball away or getting a break or something like that.
more than you. I can stop you more than you can stop me. And I
Okay.
know that for sure. This is the mindset I know it. I'm an offensive specialist person. My, what you need? That's my nieces. They're so cute. My door's been closed. But yeah, so like I've always thought that like I know I can stop you more than you can stop me. If you my shit's simple. You force me left, you're supposed to be able to stop me. I might have 9 left hand made layups confirmed in game since my freshman year of college. I maybe have over 10,000 baskets as a professional. So
All right. So nobody gave you too many fits because you dropped 30.
I play pick and roll basketball. It's nothing you can do. You're gonna switch. I'm gonna bring the worst defender. You're gonna trap. It's easy for my big. Like I'm a simple basketball player. I'm not these Kyrie Irvings of the earth. To I don't play 1-on-1 basketball. I'm a 5-on-5 type of
You
guy.
say pick and roll, and then I know you brought it up with Quinn Ellis, but like it's not something that I think we've seen a lot of with Rick Pitino specifically because there hasn't really been a true point guard. Like Kadari was a lead guard, but he wasn't.
Kadari's a 3-man point forward thing. He's not a point
Yeah,
guard.
Danis Jenkins was a point
He's a
guard, but
he's a
at St. John's he's
he's
a
a
two.
two. He's
Right.
a two. Yeah.
Quinn Ellis is a one.
One.
Like, do you think that we're going to see a lot more kind of orchestration from the point guard spot, pick and roll, lull you to sleep, make sure you switch that bad defender because Quinn is there?
More because okay, they had so he had 11 assists, and he's getting these open shots. I think he probably could have had like 15 or 16, which is crazy. Like I'm talking about like missed catches, bobble lobs, like stuff that they need more time to. I know what you saw. Like I'm telling, as soon as he turned over, I know what you saw. He's not ready for that though.
I
That's
got you.
something you got to work on.
Hmm.
Like he came off the pick road and he like threw it down the middle. You didn't even know the ball was going down the middle and just the bobble catch. Like, but these are spoon fed, spoon fed stuff. Yes, he could hit the skip, but he's what I've seen lately and watched him since he's been in the EuroLeague. He'll score every time if you're not there. I'll pass once you make me pass. I
And he
can,
can pass. He could see it. He's a floor general.
yeah.
His trainer Gary Maitland, a longtime trainer, was on this podcast a week after he signed, and the quote that he told me that just always sticks with me is like he could change the temperature of a game on both sides of the ball. He is that cerebral. He is a real floor general. He will be aggressive in that passing lane if necessary. He's not a slouch defensively. I know St.
Yeah.
John's is working on the defensive part. Rick Pitino is always going to want
Rick,
that from your point guard.
Rick Pitino is always. I gotta turn you 100 times before you get to half court too. Though he's not EuroLeague is you're not man.
Yeah,
Who you gonna press? You
yeah.
gonna press Kevin Punter? It's Teodosic and these other guys like Isaiah Cannon. You gonna press these guys? They'll score every time.
Yeah.
So I get, but that's something if you can because he can play in a slow paced game. So the games where it's ugly, it's 50-60. He's comfortable,
Hmm.
but how comfortable are all these other kids mentally ready for this game on the road that don't have this kind of experience in this Big East level? If I'm saying that
Yeah,
correctly.
for sure. I get it.
He's been at Panathinaikos where you can't hear yourself you can't even hear yourself fucking think.
Yeah.
Trying to run a team with fans. You tell me you're not gonna be able to do that, Butler?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not. No,
Shout out to the Hinkle.
I don't know why my mind went to
That's
every
okay. That's
school.
all right.
I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, you got flare guns and and bazookas
cannons
going
and
off.
people throwing shit on the court.
Yeah, this is nothing.
Yeah, that and my who do you think has the advantage?
Yeah,
That's why when I saw and I heard like all these kids were going back, I'm like, hey man, if you've been on one of them teams already, then you're gonna thrive.
yeah.
You know,
D'Lo, Ian Jackson. We talking a lot about him. Talked about kind of getting slotted to that two guard. I think it's. I didn't even think about it until you said it, but you guys wearing the same number. You guys, matched up against each other. Um, what do you think is how's it going to benefit him kind of transitioning into this role, having so much talent around him, having having Quinn to set up, set the table, and having Sane and Tunde and Ruben and Jovanovic and Lefty, kind of like what's how is it going to help him in year
like
three of his college career and now year two under Patino?
instead of making decisions, let's say last year 60% of your shots were your decision, right? Like there were you catch it and you have to make a play. So now let's take 15% off that because you got a Quinn Ellis. So instead of having to make a decision where I have to pass, score, or shoot, you're just shooting. This is a different thing because I'm not gonna seriously have the most assists at St. John's. I don't see everything. I see the basket is what I was taught. I think he's more of a basket than he is a passer.
Mm-hmm.
So to get 3 open threes a game rather than the 1.5 you got last year goes a long way. And let's say you didn't shoot. Let's say you get 5 catch and shoots a game, or you get five. I'm talking about analytics and stats now. Let's say you get 5 catches to where you have space to make a play or catch and shoot. You might have had 1.5 last year. So 4 of those other shots were forced, knowing that you have that pressure, knowing that you playing in the guard, knowing that y'all can't lose today, knowing that it's Big East thing on the line. It's more liable to fuck you up mentally and make a poor decision than now you have someone that's played with NBA level guys already compared to a guy that you kind of rule over. It's two different things
Yeah.
in the middle of a game. I'm talking about just one of these. And like I said, he had 20. He really kind of started him out like, hit 3 straight. Like it's my shit.
Mm-hmm.
He had a windmill. Like, yeah, so this is and then you have people, you have grown ass men matching your energy, you running the show. Let me show you how to do this garden shit. Follow my lead. And now we gonna have it. Let
Yeah,
me show y'all.
that's
That's why I
encouraging.
think that's why I think you have I think you put Ian Jackson because they don't know shit about the garden. They don't know the New York space of life. They don't know they don't know none of that shit. They know none of them 3 people, the other main dudes I'm talking about. Ruben
Yeah.
does for sure, but he's a role guy. He ain't no star. Sorry, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's fair. That's fair. He
I
knows his
speak
role.
facts. Like yeah, I speak facts. But he. I think I gotta suggest that he might have had a double double.
Mhm. And I said this. I said this with Rob Doster. I've been saying it also. I'm sorry. I actually think the X factor to this season is Ruben. I think that if Ruben gives you 9 and 6 this year, St. John's going minimum
Nine
Switch
and
Seed
six.
in four.
9 and 6 is elite. You want to get on the board. You average 11 and 7.
That's
That's how like but my
But we're
mind
talking
went.
about third year jump under Rick Pitino. We're talking about you're getting your chance. Rick Pitino literally said you've earned it. We didn't land one of these $6 million centers that we tried, but we didn't.
We can try. Yeah.
But
We got you. We
but
got
we
you.
but we got you. Here it is. You're not Zuby Ejiofor. Nobody expects you to be Zuby Ejiofor, but you've
No,
got the 5 spot. Go show us
I
what you
got
can
it.
do.
Rick Pitino explained every player before we started the game. I forgot that just came on my mind. Made you step forward, speak your name, where you from, in front of everybody. And then when he talked about Ruben, he was like, he got big. He put prep. But that's what Pitino does. He add pressure on when you're around people, so I'm not just talking shit. Like I didn't lit your ass on fire right here. Like, but then when he got to Ruben, he was talking about it's gonna be big shoes to fill, blah blah blah. But when he got to Ian Jackson, he was like he took accountability. I was like, I'm not around St. John's like that. I'm not around. I'm around, but I'm from outside. He was like, yeah, I think I fucked up last year. Ian Jackson's his whole season. I was like, he's
He
I
said
was,
that publicly a few times now. He's acknowledged it.
yeah. So how you don't want to dive through the fucking floor? Like how you like what? But
Yep.
I've saw it, like I've seen how he's tried to persuade, and he was like, yeah, I fucked that up, but now I have him at the two. So now if he has a bad season, it's on him. Like, you know what
But
I'm
it's
saying?
true.
Yeah,
It's
hey, look,
true.
I just
It's what you wanted, right? You
without
were the
saying,
man
hey,
at
look,
Cardinal Hayes and all that.
I just fucking brought you an elite point guard. I just fucking brought you one. How you gonna act?
Yeah, makes sense. Um, you talk about Rick Pitino, so I want to ask. I'm like, I think you've been back once since Rick Pitino was hired. I believe you and Dre were on campus,
Yeah,
and I
but
believe
oh yeah, facts,
so.
yeah.
You guys came once. I'm not sure if you like stayed for a practice or anything like that, but um, you've now got to be kind of in a game with him on the sidelines. His style, his demeanor. You've heard him chew guys out. I mean, would you want to play for a coach like him?
The crazy thing is he recruited me at Louisville. When he was at Louisville, he recruited me. I didn't think I was of a Louisville stature at the
Okay.
time, which is being humble. So I told them no early. I didn't think, how the fuck I'm gonna play here. I know who goes here. You know, St. John's was a perfect thing because we're all the same age. That's what my handler kept telling me. Like, hey man, they're about what they're saying though. The staff is legit, So that was I think I could have done it the same way I had. I mean, between him and Coach Dunlap's demeanor and how they speak and how they are in practice, it's not too far off based off words
That's
and
interesting. Yeah.
because nobody really knows about Mike Dunlap until you close that door and shit y'all in there. He runs a strict program. Uh, Patino's more loose with it, but he'll fight. Like the discipline part for me is the same.
Mhm.
Like you don't want to fuck up. He gives you chances, but then after a while, I'm done with you. And just go over there with him because you can't handle what the fuck I'm saying. I fuck with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
DJ said in previous years, some of the alumni didn't always feel valued by the program or kind of welcomed. Did
and
you?
it's been a different coach and AD for the last. We have all these other schools. If the same people are there,
Yeah.
they're not changing.
Did you
So
feel something different now? Do you feel more welcome? Do you like that this kind of stuff is going to be more culture building and all that?
I mean, based off how all these other people that I know that go to these big programs, you go there, they take care of you, no matter what you need. I felt that finally this time, which it shows what Patino's done with the city and how the program has changed through the ADs and the presidents and all that stuff. And I think we finally this is how it okay, back to back is crazy, but this is how it was supposed to be. You're supposed to be flirting one of those every year. We
Yeah.
played guard. And that's what I was taught and why I went to St. John's too. This is how it's supposed to be. Uh, so yeah,
Yeah.
it's been like that.
And there's going to be more games than ever before at Madison Square Garden this coming season. I think we're talking
Mhm.
about 18 total games at the Garden this year. So, including two or three exhibitions as well. So it's a buckle up, man. St. John's is prime time now. D'Lo, you know, you hear, you read the paper, you read Zach Braziller's article, you hear somebody say, these guys hit shot lights out. Tunde Babacar hit six threes each. Quinn almost goes for a quadruple double in a closed summer scrimmage. How much do you take from this? Legitimately, like how much should the fans be excited about the things that you're hearing, or do we kind of pump the brakes, and be like, hey, this was a scrimmage still, or do you kind of leave this game, whether it's you, whether it's the fans, should they be taking something from it?
I'll tell you this: I know they took it seriously. I know that. I don't know if I don't know if you get. I was there. I saw what happened. I know what transpired in those doors, and I know how Patino had them watching film for an hour the next day, and they won the game. So if they're taking this shit now seriously like this, knowing what's to come, and some of these rosters are not going to be better than the roster we just had. And yes, like I said, it's the summertime and all that, but you can see, you can see the will to. We know we just won back to back. We're a whole new group. People are going to take us as a fucking joke. We have to show why we are. Some of us are getting paid the way we are.
Yeah.
However you want to motivate yourself. If it's to get it to go for something that's never been done, I don't think nobody's ever. I don't know if St. John's has won back to back to back. I don't think that's been a thing. I would know. I
Nope.
feel like I would know something
Nope.
like that. You
Um,
you do that, and you've been here for 1 year. You'll be legendary of all time here. So how motivated do you want
just
to get?
I mean, but look at what Zuby just did. Zuby is a unicorn in the sense that guys don't really stay 3 years anymore, and he is the captain and reason one of the main reasons why they did back to back. That's and now your name is going into the Ring of Honor, man.
Yeah, it's
Like
crazy.
you're like that's what it does. Um, D'Lo of the old heads who played the best, and I say old heads like I don't mean you guys aren't 50 and 40 and stuff, but of
No,
the
but we're all heads,
alumni
so yeah.
who played the best and who still had it.
I mean, technically, we all still had it. Everybody was trying to show they shit. Like, for okay, the other side, but nah, fuck that. Like, I'm looking at this era. I'm looking at Jordan
Yeah,
Dingle.
yeah.
He, all these are. I'm Chris. I don't know y'all like that. We don't know each other like that. I've watched St. John's, yeah, because I've went to the school, not because I'm your partner.
Right.
So you don't want to look ass. You don't want to be the one like
And like, I mean, deal. Like, I don't know if you know this, but like Jordan Dingle came to St. John's the
leading the
previous
country in
year,
scoring,
leading
leading
the
the country.
country
You
in
know, I
scoring.
know my
So, all
shit.
right, I'm just letting you know,
I
like,
know
this isn't.
My St. John stuff. If you put on a uniform, I'm gonna do my research.
Hey,
I'm a fan.
Jordan did that. His pops is Dana Dingle.
Yeah.
Chris Ledlum was one of the best players in the country when he was playing at Harvard. Was about to go to Tennessee. Comes to St. John's. Played really well down the stretch for St. John's. Was a really important key player for them. So like, yeah, man, these guys are. Maybe didn't have phenomenal careers at St. John's. Maybe a little, yeah. I think Jordan Dingle's St. John's career is a little disappointing. I think Chris Ledlum probably would have wanted to do a little bit better. I thought Chris Ledlum played really well at St. John's, dealt with some injuries as well. But like these guys are playing pro ball now, so
Yeah, it's like they're all for me. The group that was there is all stamped. Everybody
yeah.
plays. There's nobody that's looking for a job. I think
Uh,
the kid that transferred to Georgetown, but he's like fresh out.
Vince,
Only
yeah, Vince
3 years.
Vince Iwuchukwu played. Obviously for Georgetown was when he was on the court dealt with some health issues last year.
But as soon as I saw him, I was like, what's your name, blah blah, and I'm like, yo, what you been doing? He's like, well, he just went to Georgetown. I was like, he's in the locker room.
Yeah, so Vince was one of us, and he
Yeah,
was in. Yeah,
yeah.
he's.
So I know his story now.
I
I
don't
know his story
I don't
now.
want to I don't want to tell too much about what's been going on this summer, but uh,
I know his story
I
now.
know.
I know all. Yeah, but I
Yeah,
didn't know.
Vince
Yeah,
is
like
Vince is a Johnny. Vince was with Zuby on draft night. He was in his house. There's St. John's ties there. We'll
yeah.
just leave it at that. A few more things. DJ, we talked about him, Danis Jenkins. Man, his story, I think, maybe similar to yours, man, a little bit. Just had to tough it out, had to thug it out, man. Wasn't highly recruited, goes to JUCO, goes to Pacific, and then, you know, Rick Pitino takes a chance on him, gets to play in that backcourt with Walter Clayton, and then he gets to St. John's, starts to kill it.
Now
Takes the
now he
takes the hard route with, going to the Pistons G League,
he really yeah.
shows everybody, hey, you can't keep me down here. And I think he was a first team all G League, something like that. And then he gets called up to the big squad, and then he's running the
And
backcourt with Cade
that's
Cunningham,
sometimes that's the quickest way to NBA is to be right here.
and
I'm right here and available.
he forced the Pistons' hand. You got to turn my deal into a guarantee. They did that.
If you don't, somebody's gonna take me right now.
Oh man, there was Knicks fans dying for Danis Jenkins, but so happy for him. And again, we are talking like, what did it look like Danis on the court? I mean, did that look like an NBA player out there?
You can tell like I mean, for me, that's everybody. Like we're not kids. We're all professional players. Like, I mean, I've every summer I've played against NBA guys. I've played against Pat Bev. I play against fucking Reed Shepard, fucking Jabari Smith. I'm talking about all Houston guys plus some that come through, flow through. I saw already. Well, I forgot what game. Might have been the Lakers game. I was like, hold on. I think he started. I want to say he started against the Lakers, maybe, and had 30, or I might be tripping. I don't know. I don't know if he started, but I know once Cade went out and then everybody was talking about he's getting called up. I was like, oh yeah, he's from Texas. He gonna put on a show. He gonna at least try to. He gonna try at least try to put on a show. Now you need me on your team. Now I'm getting minutes in the playoffs. It's fucking crazy. Like, so it's the second day. It's the second day of the scrimmages. NBA TV's on. I don't know if they planned this, but it's just regular old NBA TV. It's the Detroit Pistons playing Orlando Magic. It's a playoff game. I think they played in the play or whatever game was. They had it on,
Yeah.
and you cross over. And I told one of the ladies on the girls team because they starting to figure out who I was. It's like you're tatted. I was like, did you go here? I was like, you have no idea. Like this is how So if you don't know what's going on, I don't have big. I have some pictures around, but I don't look how I looked during college.
You're in the lobby.
The lobby, yes, but that's kind of second. I'm talking about like in the tap there. Like if you're
Yeah.
new to the school, you're not gonna.
You're,
I don't got
I
no
mean,
just.
they have the pros up there. Your name, I mean, your jersey or something.
You're not gonna know faces. It ain't like you
Yeah.
know the NBA guys.
All right.
You know I know how it goes. Yeah. I'm just saying though. I'm not tripping. I'm just so. And I'm like, this is some legendary shit. She's like, well, that's like the motherfucker that got the bar right there is over there, right there. You about to play down there. That's some legendary shit. Like how is that not legendary? And
That's dope.
I'm saying it, and I'm who I am at the school.
Yeah. Yeah. You know who I am? That's
I'm
really,
just, that
no,
shit,
but that's
man.
that's
Like,
cool, man. Like, and that's why we take so much pride in what DJ's doing because, like, again, I do think that it's a similar path to kind of what you went through, and there's parallels there. And again, you guys are both Texas guys, right? And it wasn't easy, both under recruited, like, and made it. Obviously, made it in different ways, but made it. Like,
yeah.
shout out to DJ's longtime trainer, Jeremy Hart, like put in so many hours, so much work, never stopped believing in him. And like, that's what makes it all great. I don't, we're going so long here, but man, we could do this for hours.
Yeah, I'm about to say yeah.
I mean, I got to talk about the hottest topic on Twitter the last few days. TBT 2017. D'Lo, you played with Iona for some reason. In 2022, when we spoke about this, I told you that it was disgusting. You apologized and said you would tell me the real story about because it wasn't appropriate at that time for a podcast. But statutes of limitations have passed. Like we're big enough now that we can say what we want and kind of get away with it. Like, what the hell happened there?
I got paid to play for Alumni. I get paid for St. John's.
Yeah, all right, there you go. Okay, so
As much as I want, I have a St. John's tattoo, y'all. I got a St. John's tat. I
yeah,
bleed.
and that St. John's Tadler is it got years on it now.
Like I'm talking about like anytime there's a tournament, and I'm talking about I don't usually watch the tournament, but I do now. But who you got winning?
Yeah.
My team. Are you stupid? That's a dumbass question. I'm gonna get a camera guy to record during the March Madness time because you got kids that I want to go to Duke. These are European kids. They see Duke, they see Kentucky, they see Arkansas now.
I
These
mean, you
other
told me you got bets with like half your team on like St.
Bet it
John's
right now.
against.
Bet it.
Yeah.
Bet it. Hey, bet Kansas right now. Everybody we're gonna sing St. John's. I don't know about the song. Like we're just gonna do like this. Say St. John's for 10 minutes. If my team wins, you know what? I'm gonna get €100 from you. You're gonna wear the hoodie all day. You have to clean my shit all day. Who you taking? I'm taking St. John's. That's a bad question.
Was it you telling me that you had a bet with JP McCurra?
Yeah, and he put on the St. John shit. And
Yeah, of course he did.
this is how I got in touch with Bernie again because I needed some gear because I had a
Yeah.
fucking yeah.
So speaking of Bernie, because he hit me this afternoon, TBT, hottest topic in the streets because our guy Phil Greene is dead set on making this happen.
He hate that he wasn't there. I know what he did.
Phil, me and Phil have been talking, and he really wants to put a St. John's team together for next year. I know you're on board. I've already seen Amir Garrett and Marvin Clark say they're in. Since we have broached the subject and it's been a hot topic 4 years later, who do you want on the team? Who would be the coach? Let's put it in the universe.
Coach, I honestly don't. I'm not trying to put Lav's name in there. I don't want to.
Don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, I think he's too big for that. I do think that. The coach for me wouldn't matter as long as he has St. John's ties. That's all I care about. It could be a old manager, somebody that whatever. But I go my era, and I go who's playing still. Phil, me, I like Obekba. I like Dom. I like Marvin Clark. I like Justin Simon. I like Ledlum. We need another guard. I'm missing people. Shamari, like Marcus Lovett. Like it can get real wicked, but somebody's not gonna make that roster that thinks they're gonna deserve to be on that roster if we
Yeah.
announce and do it how we just did this little baby alumni thing. I know how it's gonna get. Everybody will come out the woodwork because then you have like people like Justin Brownlee, and then you have like a do we go get a Burrell still because he's gonna think we're playing against kids so
Hmm.
you're gonna need somebody strong at that GM and more at the GM position. I think the coach not gonna really matter because the roster will be speak for itself.
Yeah.
But I know somebody once we get that behind and in wind and in motion, and the who's available really comes out because I'm looking at names like I think Marcus Hatton just hit me like you don't know who you want to see.
Yeah. Mo. I don't think
No,
Mo
I'm
can
just saying
play
I'm
anymore.
talking about just
These are the guys that are going to be there though, that are going to help.
yeah be around. No, I'm talking about like
Yeah.
okay, but then there's gonna be somebody that's not making it or
Yeah.
somebody because I don't want to. I mean, not say I have to play, but if y'all gonna win without me and I'm got a jersey on, I can wear number 11 the St. John's jersey, that'll be enough for me. You
Yeah.
know what I can do if you put me in the game though. So then it's gonna yeah I don't know you need a strong ass.
So here's what I will say, because there's a lot of fans asking. This is real. I am gonna do what I can. My phone's been ringing. Me and Phil have spoken. Me and D'Lo have spoken, and I have spoken to St. John's directly that this is real. So the Twitter talk has turned into action. Let's see if we could get it to come together. It's always, we'll see.
It's always been like this,
We'll
and we'll
see, but
get
I don't
buzz.
think. But D'Lo, I think you can. I think you can feel it. It seems. It,
Yeah,
it
no,
does seem real right now, and it seems
yeah,
like not only is it interest, but I think the powers that be are going to really try to make this happen. We've got the phone numbers already for who we need to talk to. Phil has already spoken to somebody. I have spoken to two people already. So we're going to try and make this happen, man. We're going to try and make this happen. So that's what I will say right now. Stop. I will say right now. The rest of you guys, don't blow me up. Don't ask what's going on. But when it happens, we'll talk. So.
like I'm thinking coaches. I think like Sean Evans is coach right now. Malik Booth, Marcus Hatton.
Sean
Yeah.
Sean hit me a few months ago, and
Like Sean just got promoted. Like Sean's,
yes,
yeah. Like
yes.
you, come on, I know my stuff.
Come
That's
on,
my
Sean.
era.
Sean hit me. I congratulated Sean when he got promoted, man. It's so dope. He's been scouting in on the gym, and shout out to him. What Queens went to the tournament last year, man. Shout out. That's not easy to do, man. With the school like that, with no NIL, man. If I told you what his NIL, he told me, man. Man, amazing job.
It's not real compared to
Yeah.
some of these other places. Like,
Yeah, man. All right, we're gonna wrap it up here, and just a few things I want to just finish up with you. I mean, I think we got a good picture of things, but a lot of people always ask if you ever had the chance at the league, and you did. You had a chance, Rockets Summer League, but it was always
two different times.
yeah, and every time just surrounded by some misfortune and bad luck. In 2022, you told me that, I had a chance to sneak in the league, I get hurt. And the knee. Then before the draft, the first year everything was going great. Hurt your foot. Supposed to go to the Knicks.
Yeah,
Fracture 2 weeks prior. Then COVID. Then the war in Ukraine. You're older now, so like again, perspective. Have you
Jesus.
have you sat back now and kind of like, damn man, I wish I kind of found a way to give it one more real shot. Not now, I think we're kind of past that now, but like, do you kind of wish you would have given it a shot somewhere?
I should have came home and did the summer league every time I averaged 20. So I know that's more than 4 or 5 times. You telling me this top scorer in this league doesn't deserve a summer league roster swap?
Yeah.
But I was content. I was content what I was making. I knew what the G League was making at the time and shit. And then I was like, why? I have my brother's mindset when it comes to like reality. You got this is I can speak on 6 years ago. This yeah, that was Philly was that was before Achilles, so that was 5 years ago. So I just averaged 20. I was killing it. We were first place in Champions League, first place in Italian first league. All right. I go get a call from Philly. We want to bring you in, right? So I went in there saying I can do everything Seth, not Steph, Seth Curry does for a lot cheaper. I played him in college. You saw you can yeah, Austin Rivers, like that was, so I'm not too far off. If not, you put us in a gym, I'm probably gonna walk out in one of them gyms when it comes to, the not deserving or willing, but it's my job. My brother said I can't lose this shit. I promise you I'm not. I have that kind of mindset. You don't give a fuck. You'll get something else. I might not. I know I'm gonna get that job. So I had an offer from Ukraine. It was 2 years, 500 after that. And then I'm like, I told Philly, like, if y'all not serious, like, it's cool, but I go in there and kill it. And Seth Curry is there as Maxi's first year. I forgot who else was there. Rajon Tucker was there. And I kill it. Because it's pick and roll basketball. I get the best defender everywhere I go. You tell me I got Embiid and shit on my pickup team? What the fuck is wrong? I have Embiid on my pickup team. Y'all play drop basketball in the NBA. I had 18 in the first fucking quarter. 18 and 6 first quarter. Like it's not nothing flashy. I'm shooting it or I'm giving it to the motherfucker that get the most bread. I can be in the corner.
Yeah.
I told myself like I have Patty Mills type of job, Gary Neal type of job. Hey, look, I'll come up and fill up quick. I can guard my position. Then you take me out when the fucking big time motherfuckers ready to come back in. Javon Carter, people like this, just I'll come in and just I'll get hot real quick, and I got 11. You sub me out, but my plus minus is plus 10, and I got 5 rebounds because I'll be stealing.
Yep.
Uh, so I tell Philly like, I got this deal. I can't turn it down. And they like, no, 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 wait. Don't sign that deal yet. I said, okay, okay. I like that chatter. So I have to go back to the Ukraine team. I can't sign it yet. Philly said, wait. All right, 2 years, $1 million. Now I go back to Philly like, did you know they upped the offer. I don't make, I'm come from, I got my brother, man, I'm 250, 300 was cool for me every year. I'm cool with that. You tell me you're gonna go above and beyond. Okay. I can't turn that kind of money down. So there goes the last time I tried. But then once again, instead of finishing that 2 years up, the war happens.
Right.
I fly to a new team, go play in Italy, the team I just left. I go play against Milan. This game doesn't matter. I'm just here basically to show out, sign 2 month 45, something good. But I should have just went home. Should have just went home. But I was like, I can go steal some, play in Italy, and then I'll go home. Basically, like I can do my vacation and get paid for it. I blow out the Achilles,
Yep.
and then my agent's so elite at the time. Uh, I get to the locker room, like, man, damn. And I did it in some Kobe, so I was like, man, fuck, like, it is what it is. I remember I called my agent. He was like, stop tripping. Like we're good. You can tear your Achilles. You think about the future. You done? Are you gonna recover? And he was like, relax. That's just why you have me. You have a player option. And when I tell you, I picked up that player option before I even took my jersey off. Oh shit! But this is why you have elite agents in different places. Like, because before I signed the 2 month 45, it was, a bullshit for the second year. It was bullshit. But, I wouldn't have signed it. I was going to probably go to Valencia, something crazy after, no injury.
Yeah.
But I blew my Achilles out. And, thank God I was prepared for it. And, I came back in 6 months and then now I've been doing what I've been doing.
Yeah.
So,
So we'll end it here. You're back home in Texas.
I'm in the H, Mo City, man.
For a little bit, 100% healthy, thank God. And I don't think we're ready to talk about plans about what we're doing next year, but we're playing. We're kind of weighing our
We,
options right now.
we are waiting. We are waiting to see if this crazy deal hits, and I'll
Okay.
know that in the next 3 days,
All right.
hopefully.
All right.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll break some news in 3 days. So, D'Lo, I'm gonna leave it with this. Talk to the Johnnies fans one last time about this squad coming up. What you think and what you want to leave everybody with.
It's tough to, be in to just show up with a new team, new everybody, with only a few guys back to be considered what you've done the last 2 years. I think that should motivate y'all. Um, I think you should be in the conversation to play in the Big East conference final, the tournament, and also be top three in the league. This is what I have for us, if not better. I just think once we figure out how to put it together, but I think that comes with time.
Yep.
And it's like a professional team. You mesh within that first month. So I don't see it being like, oh man, he's still shy. It's been 4 years, or it's been
Yeah.
4 months, and he's still
Yeah.
being fucking shy. Like it's not one of them groups. They're all older. They all speak different languages. They all have their own. And I mean, you got New York behind you, so
Yeah. And
I,
you got
I, I
you got D'Angelo Harrison behind you.
yeah, I got faith in this group. I've had faith. I like what we've done with the program, so I'm
Yeah.
not a hater. Like I got this right here next to me. Like
Yes, sir.
I got it right here. I've always been a fan, and I still am, and I'm happy where the program's gone, and I'm thankful that we finally became a national recognized again. So
Absolutely. I mean, it's a perfect place to end it there. Just in almost 2 hours here talking to number 11, man. You guys know what he means to me. He's my absolute favorite. D'Angelo, I can't thank you enough for taking some time and appreciate you always. You are forever my guy, man. Hey, you got to be special to hang up there behind me. And I love you, dude. And I'm wishing you nothing but the best. We're gonna
whatever,
keep in
brother.
touch. And Johnny Nation, it's D'Angelo Harrison. What more could you want? Talking about everything and anything. Appreciate you, D'Lo.
Nah, it's always good to be on. Appreciate you, man. I love you, brother.
Johnny Nation, it's the summer. We are getting back into it. Let's see what happens through the next few months. Johnny basketball schedule will be out soon. We got plenty of news kind of coming down the pipeline as well. Stay tuned. I'll get you guys updates on TBT eventually. And yeah, man, it's all full steam ahead for the new season. It is the end of July, and before you know it,
Damn, it
we're going
is
to be
in
tipping. We're going to be tipping that ball up. And Johnny Nation, thank you so much for listening. We'll catch you next time.